Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut 11. This is Kathy speaking. Welcome to The Messenger is Here. I hope you're all doing well. Today is Tuesday, the 24th of the month of June, and here we are with The Messenger. I hope you had an okay weekend. I know in the world things seem really hard, and they are, and they have been for many people. Let's just pray for peace. Let's pray for the changes that are coming for humanity will be for the best of humanity and not for the few elite who want to still hold on to the control of the masses. So I'm going to take the Mythic Oracle today. We're using the Cosmic Tarot, if you're wondering, and we'll be looking at some Lenormand, the usual Mystic Moon Oracle, and we'll also be taking a Wisdom of the Oracle advice from Spirit. So I've moved office again, so I've been really busy myself. A lot of duties still, as things are running, the planets are still moving direct, all except for Pluto transiting through Aquarius, and we're on the verge of a new moon in Cancer, which is taking place tomorrow. But today we've got Jupiter and the Sun conjoining in a Cazimi. There will be wisdom, there will be clarity, there will be a death process that's going on. Jupiter, we know, is the planet of expansion and luck and prosperity. This is happening at the early degrees of Cancer. So, dear Cancerians, happy birthday. It is your solar return. If you're a cardinal sign, so if you're a Cancer, a Capricorn, an Aries, or a Libra, you've got personal planets at the early degrees of those cardinal signs. This is where Jupiter and the Sun, which Jupiter, of course, will go through a death process, through fire. We know the Sun burns. So there will be inspiration, there will be bright ideas of how to expand, how to explore, how to reach, your goals, your aspirations. And this is all concerning, of course, the home, the past, anything to do with where you reside, which country you live in, who you're living with. Cancer it does speak to our roots, to the past, to our family, our most closest, the closest people in our lives, our parents, where we've come from, our childhood. And Cancer is where the soul enters, incarnates. So the opposite sign, of course, of Capricorn is where the soul leaves this 3D life. So it's a very important time. A new moon in Cancer. The moon does rule Cancer. So it's a very powerful, very sensitive time, very emotional time it will be. Remember, a new moon fills out at the full moon in a couple of weeks. But also whatever's starting now, whatever seeds we're planting now, with the help of Jupiter. We'll be talking about this today on Patreon, as I will be doing the analysis for our patrons. Do consider joining us on Patreon, as we'll be going into the analysis, the deep analysis of what this new moon signifies, can signify. So very positive for the cardinal signs with early degrees. Very positive indeed for all water signs with early degrees placements. And for the earth signs that have got planets, angles, at those early degrees. The first decan, let's say. Okay, so the first 10 days. This is a magical moment. This is one of the most positive and hopeful conjunctions of the year. Even though we've seen the bombing of, Israel and the US bombing Iran, I heard today that there's a ceasefire, so that's the hope that Jupiter, who is exalted, loves the sign of Cancer, and we know the US has got strong Cancer placements. So let's say fingers crossed. Everything is happening, a lot is happening for the early born signs of all the signs, let's say all the zodiac signs. If you've got early planetary placements, it is a very significant time. Also for those with very late placements, again with Uranus there, Mercury's there at the late degrees of Cancer. Let's just have a quick peek. Here is Mercury in Cancer. He drowns. He gets very emotional with the way he communicates, and he's squaring off to Chiron. I hope that this will be a conversation, communications that can bring a ceasefire, literally or metaphorically, where relationships are concerned. Here is the moon transiting through Gemini still, heading up to this conjunction of the new moon. And look to 6 months down the track when we're going to have the full moon in Cancer. That could be the biggest cycle of what seed we've planted now. Set your intentions, send your wishes out to Spirit. Spirit is listening. It's going to be a very emotional, very sensitive, very emotionally open time, I would say, for change. And whatever change is going to happen, right now we've got Mars in Virgo, and we've got a Yod. The finger of God is pointing to Pluto, which speaks to change, death, metaphorical, literal. Pluto's transiting through Aquarius. Remember, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is at that last degree of Taurus. July is going to be a very interesting month. We'll be doing that analysis today, tomorrow for patrons as well. There are stepping stones to positive change. We've got a lot of help. We'll be talking a lot about this on Patreon, so do consider joining us there. We go for like 2-3 hours. We analyze, we talk about the planetary placements and how they affect us. Let's see what's going on as we're reading the energies. Remember, this is a general reading. As we're reading the general energies, if you're interested in a personal reading, all our information is below. divinedebut11.net. That's our website. And we've got the links beneath for Patreon. We've got the links for the website. And whoever comments, there is a possibility that they can have a free email Lenormand reading, as long as we've got your email. Otherwise we will not be able to send you out your free reading. So keep commenting, liking, sharing and subscribing. Thank you so much in advance. Let's go and see what the energies are like today. There is a blessing out there. Send your wishes out to Spirit. Remember, the Kazemi, Jupiter and the Sun, the two biggest, mightiest deities, planets in our solar system, are kissing. And I got the goosebumps as I said that. Now, Jupiter rules, of course, Sagittarius and Pisces. So probably very huge blessings for those signs, as well as the sign of Cancer and what I mentioned earlier. And of course the Sun. The Sun speaks to clarity, healing, confidence, leadership. Now Jupiter, which is the bigger picture, connecting with the Sun, which is world leaders. This is two big leaders coming together. And through fire there is change, because through fire there is death and there's a rebirth. Okay, so let's just hope and pray, fingers crossed, that what we're seeing on social media everywhere, mainstream media, independent channels, it all sells. Third World War, blah blah blah. Let's just hope that humanity, by the skin of its teeth, I believe we will all make it. So I think we should leave fear behind and take care of our own personal lives. Cancer is the personal life, okay, our home life. It all starts from within, then without, and then in our environment. Let's see what's going on. Love to be here talking to all of you. I have missed you. I hope the lighting is good. I think we've done a pretty good setup this time. I need to get a new tablecloth. Obviously, I just haven't had time. Let's go and let's see what the gods are going to say, because the gods are meeting. Oh, and I got the goosebumps as I said that now. Truly. Oh, and if you're on Patreon, I will also be letting you know about the vision I had of Archangel Gabriel. He came up and gave me a kiss on both cheeks. It was just amazing a few days ago. I'll have it free on Patreon. Okay, I think in the community on Patreon, everyone can view it. I'll make sure. Join us for free. You don't have to be a paying member. Join us there and see, so you can get the message of what, Archangel Gabriel means for me now. I've got another advisor, another protector. After having Archangel Michael first, then Archangel Lophiel, now Archangel Gabriel has joined me and is guiding me to guide you. Let's see what's going on. We're reading the general energies, remember? Thank you so much for your love. I don't know what I did just now. That's the way I cut. That's the way I was told to cut. Let's see what's going on. We've got the full card, Aries energy. That's where, of course, Neptune and Saturn are. We've got some retrogrades in July. We've got four retrogrades in the month of July. So we're going back. We're being taken aback, right? And the new moon is squaring off to Neptune and to Saturn. But a square is, let's get uncomfortable with this new moon. Let's trust. Let's put on that brave front, even though we may be fearing taking this new journey, taking that leap of faith. But, this is also Uranus, and Uranus at the last minutes of the sign of Gemini, which is the sign of the twins, which is the sign of our sisters and brothers in our close environment. Uranus and Taurus, a very fixed earthy sign, all about security, financial stability and self-worth. It's cutting edge, it's cutthroat right now. It's if we can't take that leap of faith, if we don't have that ingenious thought as to how to break free, break through, break out, because obviously the Fool is a brand new journey. It's the soul's journey. It's our life's journey moving forward, because we can't go backwards. It's against science, right? The river flows, it moves forward. Going backwards will just keep us in a rut. So maybe now there's an initiation that emotionally we're forced to take. If we're not able to take that because we fear, we're too stuck, we're too fixed, which would be more so the last signs of the fixed signs. So Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio and Taurus, they will be the ones that will have a little push from spirit to take that journey, because there's no going back. And when we talk about going back and the planets are going to retrograde, it's more about internalizing and revising and seeing what we need to release. Okay, and Mars now, which is the ruling planet of Aries, is in the sign of Virgo. So there's not that much fire now. It's more emotional, more about the psyche, more about the soul. Is your soul in this new journey? Then take that leap of faith. Let's see. The hanging man. Okay, so someone's going to take a risk, or they'll be pushed to finish something up, because we've got the beginning here, and there is Pisces as well. Remember how we've been talking about the retrogrades of Venus and Mercury through the first decan of Aries and the last decan of Pisces. This is sort of taking us back there. It's just reminding us of that. But taking that leap of faith, and remember, Aries is I, me, my. I need to be good. I need to be happy, and I can't be the miser forever. This is what, Saturn in Aries says, because Aries is play, Aries is the youth, it's the beginning, it's naivety, but it's also warrior-like energies. We're going to have to be mature, and taking this leap of faith, we will get to see another perspective, or this could be a newfound journey in whichever area of your life you're looking to start something new. And because the planets have been direct for quite some time now, it's all about new beginnings. We've still got time to start this journey, right? Because down the track there will be needing to go back. It won't be a time to initiate, to start new things. So there's rebellion here. It's either do or die. It's either I go or I stay stuck in that rut, needing to do more cycles, more lessons. Okay, so this is like I'm taking that risk. I'm going to be released from being the miser, being stuck. The journey has begun. I think that we're finishing off any karma, anything that we needed to close up in our lives. We've seen the light, possibly, for some of us. And maybe there are a few loose ends to tie up. As we know, Saturn and Neptune will return back to Pisces towards that second part of the year. Now, you can watch this reading as around the days that it's uploaded, or you can check it out. It might be working for you personally as a timeless reading, okay? Because remember, we do read the energies. We're not all on the same timeline, okay? Remember that the North Node is transiting through Pisces, and the North Node is a Jupiterian energy, and Pisces is a Jupiterian sign. So that's interesting. We've got a King of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius or Aries, entrepreneur, flirtatious, confident, sometimes ego-centered, a little bit narcissistic, playful, as I said, flirtatious, very creative, and very much about inspiration. There's some masculine energy, unless this is someone you're dealing with. They could have strong fire in their chart, or they're just someone who's got a very strong placement. Could be their Mars, because Mars is fire, right? As I said, Mars now has entered Virgo, so it's all about doing the work, dotting our I's, crossing our T's, wanting to be of service to others, putting more effort into our daily life, our work life, and our health life, taking practical steps, right, to heal our money, our body, and our mind. I said money, body and mind together. So this is creative inspiration and masculine energy. It doesn't speak to fear right now, because we don't read reversals. So you could be dealing with someone that fears taking that leap of faith. And yes, this could be an Aries, surely. This could be someone who has their sun in Aries and have got so many planets in Pisces. If that's the case, this could be someone that's now looking to their own, that Aries energy. I, me, my. I need to be happy. I need to be good. I'm done with my sacrifices. I've sacrificed so much to be on the throne. I'm a king. And remember what I said, Jupiter meeting the sun. This is the king and Zeus, who was a king. These are two kings coming together. And as I said, through fire is birthing. Something is being birthed. So be fearless, I'm going to say, at this time. There are really good really good energies coming from above. We've got the Hierophant. So Taurus comes through. The Hierophant is commitments, family, our heritage, contracts, psychic ability, marriage, commitments, I would say. And it's interesting because Juno is also retrograde in the sign of Scorpio, which is the sign ruled by Pluto now. And there's been a lot of pressure on our commitments. We've been thinking whether to leave a certain commitment behind, and it could be any sort of a commitment or agreement, leave it behind, or continue to work towards it. I mean, remember the Hierophant also speaks to faith. See that the Hierophant here, which is a spiritual guru, teacher or leader, he's got x-ray vision. And Pluto in Aquarius has got x-ray vision into the future, even though it's connected to the past. Can you see how his his laser focus does point to the past? Interesting, because we'll be returning to the past during the month of July. There are themes that we possibly need to revise, look at, things that we need to redirect. Retrogrades do give us second chances. If something has not worked out or we've missed the boat, right, and we got stuck, maybe we needed to go through some awakening. Maybe we needed to see things from a different perspective. Maybe now is the time where we have that laser focus into the future, but it does involve the past. Remember that when we're going through change, it's impossible to change everything all at once. Everything is a process. And that's what Pluto in Aquarius is telling us, as we're all moving towards the future, through change, through metamorphosis, but through fundamental changes. And the Hierophant is about our foundations, our securities, our financial, family, but also we may be seeking advice from someone that we can trust, someone that is a teacher. Many people enter our lives that are teachers. Look out for them right now with Jupiter and the Sun conjoining in the sign of Cancer. And it could be someone that's close to you and around your area. I would say that there is some wisdom that will come to all of us. It's like the light bulb coming on, which will give us that know-how, and what is promised for the future. That's what I'm getting from the cards here. Uranus, remember, at the last moment, ready to enter Gemini in a few days in an air sign where he works well. So it's all about moving forward, but we'll be revisiting the past soon. So I think there's an opportunity here that's opening up. As long as we are confident, we listen to our higher self, we trust our abilities, and we've all got that masculine energy within us. Masculine is about go, go, go. Even though there's a lot of sensitivity and emotional stuff that will be coming up. Yes, times are not easy. We know that. Jupiter and the Sun are squaring off still to Saturn and Neptune. Hopefully we can see through the illusion, the confusion, the misunderstandings. And because Mercury is not a good communicator in the sign of Cancer, he will bring up a lot of conversations that we need to face. Squaring off to Chiron, that's the wound that we'll be talking about. It could be with family members, could be with friends, workmates, whatever, colleagues. But it can get quite emotional. But through emotional vulnerability, I would say, okay, we need to be strong, but we also need to show our other face, which is that emotional inner child, which is Cancer. Okay, that can, and I get the goosebumps again as I say that. Being emotionally vulnerable also serves its purpose at times, okay? And even this King of Wands does have that emotional side, even though they do hide it well. There's the Strength card. So maybe it takes a lot of strength for this divine masculine or for our masculine side to trust. And here's Leo and Taurus, fixed signs. What is the possible outcome? There's the lion. There's the king. He's wearing a crown. You know, the crown speaks to kingship, speaks to ego as well. It can speak to vanity, or it could speak to someone who is in a position of leadership that needs to be more vulnerable, or that is being humbled, we can even say, right now, which is all about seeing what the reality of a situation is. Interesting that Mars has just recently passed over, you know, the cusp of Leo and entered a Virgo, and at 0 first degree is where the royal star is. I can't quite remember the name of the royal star right now. Can you comment beneath? I'd love that. Thank you so much. So, you know, the star that's at the heart of the lion. So heart matters will be coming up for sure here. Let's see what the possible outcome is. And we've got the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands, of course, it's a contract, it's a commitment, it's a marriage, it's securing something. It is securing something here. So remember the Four of Wands is like the 1111 portal for me. So there will be opportunities here. I do see this little bird here on this cosmic tarot, which I just caught my attention. Birds are about seeing things from an elevated point of view. They can speak to messengers. They can also speak to transition, change, movement as well. So there will be a moment where a possible understanding will come through, which can bring us, you know, which will open a portal, and the decision is ours to walk through that. So remember, 11 is the portal. 1111 is like a second chance to passing through that portal, through that opening for me. So this is stabilizing something. Remember, Four of Wands can speak to celebration as well. It's a family gathering. It's stabilizing a business. It's securing ourselves financially through our efforts, through our vocation. It's support from others. Regulus. That's what happens when I read. The simplest of words don't come to me because my feet are not on the ground. I'm up in the air. Regulus, the royal star Regulus, yes, which is sudden kingship, success, royalty, but sudden downfalls. So it can go either way, right? Now, some of you may think that I'm talking about Trump, not particularly, but as above, so below. Whatever's going on up there is happening down here in our macro or in our micro lives. So in our little personal lives, but also in our environments, as well as on a cosmic scale. What is the foundation here? Seven of Cups. So you see this person is in shambles, very, very upset indeed. What's on his mind, and remember, Cancer is the memory, is this relationship. My God, I get the goosebumps as I say that. Seven of Cups is the illusion. This could be someone that is either taking medicines, drinking too much, trying to escape a reality. You know what? I feel that because, you know, for me, I get Seven of Cups very strongly connected to Pisces, because Pisces is medicines, alcohol, even though all water signs are susceptible, even Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces, susceptible to anything that in liquid form to soften, to release pain, because usually they're very emotional. They don't release their innermost selves. They're not as vulnerable usually. Sometimes they're over vulnerable and therefore hurt. So therefore, just like the crab, Cancer, soft on the inside with a tough exterior. This is either a realization or something that has not been understood. There's an illusion here. Okay, there's a misunderstanding. This is what I'm getting. It's very, very strongly here. So crying over spilt milk, even though there are opportunities here, I feel. Crying over something that did not work out, that maybe we could be revisiting, or there was a misunderstanding and things need to be put straight. Now we're in the Cancer season. Cancer is making sure we're okay at home, looking at our inner emotions as well, matters to do with the past. We're heading towards the Leo season, which will be much more open, fiery, and flirtatious and confident, and so on and so forth. So I feel that it's a time now of doing more the inner work, and looking at our environment, our personal lives, more so than our outer lives, because Leo is the sign of flirtation, risk-taking, meeting, getting out, dating. It's more about taking care of business at home right now, I would say. Home, which is our environment and our inner home, our higher selves. We've got a King of Pentacles here as well. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Five of Swords, battles. Internal, external, legal, or perceived battle. It could be words or even thoughts that have brought this King of Pentacles, which is like the Emperor, to his knees, we could say that. So there's been something really hard that's been playing out. I would say more than likely this could be the same person. King of Wands for me is not only a fire sign, of course it could be any sign, but King of Wands many times is Scorpio for me. Can be a Scorpio, because Scorpio loves the color red. Scorpio is very fiery, very powerful. So there's that inner strength that Scorpio exudes. And so since we've got Taurus here, this could be Scorpio energy as well. Of course, doesn't have to be. Remember, this is a general reading. So someone's been brought to their knees here. It is about a partnership. Doesn't have to be a love relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be a business partnership. But this could also be financial loss, which brings emotional hardships. Beneath that is the Eight of Swords. So it's more about the mind. You see how this person is stuck. They're stuck to the earth. And what that is telling me is that this is someone that is, and if this is Taurus, because Taurus is very much about financial security, there's something to do with property, finances, or, securities here. And it could also be practical matters. So we see that this person is stuck to the earth, stuck to the ground, like they've gone through some sort of humbling or reality check as to what's important to them. Now I see Capricorn here in the distance. Capricorn is leadership, it is business, it is reputation. So any of those matters could be playing out relative to the tarot. I think we've spent enough time on that. Let's take some Lenormand. Let's see what's playing out. Before we do that, actually, let's take the wisdom of the oracle. I want to see what the general messages are. I think with the Lenormand, we'll check the placements here. To me, what I get from the Strength card here, which is a very sexual energy, it's also being able to use up all our energy, our life force. So our higher self, digging deep within to find those energy reserves or those reserves of confidence to move forward. Because I feel that there's been great humbling here, surely. And this is like someone reminding, this could also be a female individual that is reminding this king, if we could use that term. We're all kings in our own life. Everyone holds the hierarchy somewhere in their own life, whether it's their business, whether it's their home, their family. Reminding the king that they still have got that strength within them, that reminding them of who they are, who they were, and who they were meant to be. So that's the energy, I would say, of Jupiter and the Sun connecting, reminding us that we're all able to lead our own lives, to succeed, to take the initiative, and to be more confident. Let's see what the message is. And I've got not for you, and it's in the reverse. Number 6 is in the reverse. Let's read number 6, the reversed message. To me, this is someone insisting on something that maybe wasn't meant for them, but they're insisting, and therefore they've possibly been humbled by spirit. Spirit trying to show them that that's not the right thing, that's not for them, something else is for them. That's what I'm getting here. Let's read the reversed message, the protection message. Don't chase after what flees from you. Don't obsess over what eludes you. Don't bang your head against the wall. There is nothing romantic about what is unavailable, no prize given for torturing yourself, and nothing to be gained by refusing to see the red flags that have been waving since you began your pursuit. Now is the time to walk away. There are other goals, other loves, other games, other successes waiting for you. The way out of obsessing is radical acceptance and surrender. And that's what this is. This could be someone that is aiming for more success, but Spirit is saying, not that way. That's not for you. Okay, that was not meant for you. It's time to shift gears, to change. Because remember what I said, someone's been humbled. They've been stuck big time. The way out of obsessing, and obsessing is the word right now because of, the finger of God, that yod, which is pointing to Pluto. And here is the sextile. So Jupiter and the Sun connecting through an opportune moment from Cancer to Virgo. And 2 inconjunctions pointing over to Pluto, which is the planet of obsession. And even Juno there in Scorpio. Juno is ruled by Pluto, so this is a time to let go of agreements, commitments that we've been trying to keep or trying to manifest that have not been working for us. And it's time to get out of obsession. It's time to surrender, release it to Spirit, I'm going to say. Spirit wants only the best for you. This is a sign that you have something much better waiting for you. Trust. So that is an eye-opener. That is something that will awaken this King of Wands, whoever this is, or whoever this is in our own lives. Could be another side of us. Let's see what the Fool is. And obviously someone feels here that they're realizing that they've been taken for a ride, that they've been used and abused. But there's the laser focus, Taurus, which squares Aquarius. Pluto is in Aquarius, squaring, saying this is the truth. You need to say the truth. But look out for signs and synchronicities, how to get yourself out of a rut, out of a difficult situation. The fox here speaks to intelligence. Possible, again, being taken for a ride, being deceived by others, possibly. You could see that the fox holds the bird. Obviously, the fox has caught a bird, so he's sacrificed a bird. There's something to do with communication here, I get. You know, Aries is not... Aries doesn't think. They don't think. They usually take that leap of faith and then they think. But the fact that this card is also Uranus, Uranus in Taurus, which is ready to enter Gemini, I feel that that there is help coming from above as to the ability to have those signs and synchronicities, messages from God, from Spirit, relative to this journey. So I'm going to say, if it's possible, be smart, don't be silly, don't jump straight in, think twice, because this could be a bit of a trap, right? Someone may have fallen into a trap. There was a lot that was hidden, a lot that has been unresolved or unspoken or unseen, or that someone needed to see or is seeing. We've got the garden here. The garden to me is like the forbidden fruit. So something that looks like a bit of a trap. It's tantalizing. It's alluring. Remember, this is Venus coming out of the fountain, being rebirthed. The goddess of love. She's the goddess of. She was admired by all of the gods, right? So she was a bit of a tantalizing trap as well. Possibly something being too good to be true, and someone having fallen into a trap and being allured in. Okay, we've got the flowers, which could be an offer, could be romance, but it could be anything to do with someone's personal life, I suppose. And we see the scythe. We see the scythe here, which is endings, sudden and hasty endings. To me, this is like this King of Wands is taking off their mask. They're going to show their true self. Because if this was someone that was very polite and had etiquette, and they didn't show their true self, this could be an unveiling as well. If it's not them taking off the mask, it could be them seeing a reality and being shocked as to an offer that was something that was really promising, really special. And this could be the realization that this could be like a wake-up call, I would say, for this King of Wands. That this was not for them, or this is the end of this story. So leaving something behind and beginning that new journey, but being more intelligent, more so than just hot-headed and jumping straight in with 2 feet. We've got news that's coming in that will bring clarity, forward seeing the vision of the future, a vision into the future. These could be legal contracts in business, a commitment, marriage. Let's take one more on the letter. Yeah, things will be revealed because we've got the moon and we've got a new moon here, a new moon in Cancer. So we may be finding out a lot to do with the past as well. These could be legal contracts relative to anything to do with earth, with property. We did see a man stuck on the ground with those 5 swords, which speak to battles. They could speak to legal battles as well. Let's look at the Strength card. Yeah, someone needing to be strong, carrying a heavy burden for another 2-3 weeks possibly here, or needing to keep the faith that they can scrape up scrape up any strength, any stamina that they've got left, any energy that they've got left, because there's been loss here. There's been loss, financial loss, psychological hardships, having lost someone's faith. They may have lost their faith for a moment or two. Let's take one more on the mice, because the mice is also an injustice, but the sun comes through, which will bring clarity, healing, confidence, and a possible new beginning now. And let's see what the Four of Wands speaks to. It's very promising. We've got the Ring, which could be a new contract, a new commitment. We've got the Whip, which is 11. We've got 11 and then 11, 11. So there may be conflict, there may be legalities, there may be hard communications, realizations as well here. And the Whip could be, remember what I said, things can get quite heated emotionally, so don't take any part in any drama. There will be lots of drama. Okay, there will be lots of drama moving forward. And the path opens, so there will be choices, there will be opportunities, and there will be also dilemmas. This could speak to movement, travel, distance as well, but also second chances. But something needs to be closed. Remember, the Mountain can speak to limitations, time limiting, or someone needs still time to close up a major life cycle. It is a 21. There are the clouds. The clouds do speak to worry, illusion, confusion. I think the Sun here and the Strength card are what saves the day. You know, the Scythe many times can speak to an ending, like it. Many times we see in the Death card we see the skeleton holding the scythe. So there's something to do with a stopping or a cutting away of flirtation, or someone cutting out their habits. This could be someone that's very flirtatious. They could be changing. Remember the King of Pentacles, that could be the same person, possibly. King of Pentacles would be someone much more stable, not so hot-headed, temperamental. Let's see how the psyche and the emotional energy is playing out. We've got the Purge, so Scorpio does come through. For a start, there is an opportunity here, an offer. We've also got the flowers here, which is, the flowers do speak to romance, but there's something that needs to be ended before. We've got a 9 and a 10. That's interesting. And then 11 is here. Then this could be, someone who is in a past connection, past relationship, that is finishing something off relative to the past. Not to say that their heart is not in it. I mean, because the flowers can speak to dating, right? A new possible relationship. So releasing something that they tried to make work but did not work. It did cost them financially, emotionally. And this is like, no, I'm not going to go back to the past. I'm not going to repeat old patterns. Or I am going to go back to the past, and this time I'm going to do things different, in a different way. I'm saying that because the Ring can speak to cycles, and retrogrades are ahead of us. Yeah, there are regrets from a divine masculine, but they've already offered, they've made an offer. This is a romantic offer. This could be a creative offer. For some, this could be a missed opportunity, and there are regrets. There's the metamorphosis, the purging, the metamorphosis, so very strongly speaks to change. Scorpio comes through very strongly. There's the numbing. There is the numbing. All these are cards related to emotions. numbing. We've got Pisces, Scorpio very strong here. Regrets relative to the past, which this new moon may bring up to the surface, will show us. Numbing speaks to someone trying to escape a difficult situation, drinking, having addictions. The numbing speaks to a lot of heavy energies, not being happy, not an easy metamorphosis. And the pain is unbearable. Could be emotional, could be physical, could be related to anything. But there is the action, there is the bird, which is promised here, that someone now sees things from an elevated point of view, which is exactly what I felt at the beginning of the reading here. So there will be communication, there will be perception. Not all is lost here. It's just a tweaking. It's time to tweak things, to make some changes. Oh my goodness. When I say that there's still work to be done, that's what I mean. This is a Saturnian card for me. The mountain is the block, is the limitation, it's the timing. This is also the addictions. Not falling into traps, not falling into the past addictive behaviors, and being bound by, wow, okay, the material world, which is what I got with the King of Pentacles here. Heavy, heavy realizations. This person is stuck to the earth, they're stuck to their pocket, to their money in the bank. Uranus through Taurus is breaking that down, bringing very, very challenging and very unexpected, difficult awakenings. This can also speak to a marriage, a commitment, a contract. Solitude, and there's the key, and there's the moon as well. Cycles. Lots of cycles with an open wound here, but the resolution is possible in due time, but needing to be the elder, the wiser, the more mature. Remember, Saturn in Aries, this is the new journey where the youth, the child, Aries, needs to grow up quickly. What can I say, my dear friends? That's the story I get here. Expect openings. There will be dilemmas. So we've got 11, 11 and 22. 11 and 22. These are master numbers, which do speak to openings, okay? Let's see what the gods have got to say. Let's take the Mythic Oracle and see what the gods advise at this time. We have released the love readings for the month of June for each individual sign. Remember, they were for patrons first, and that's what we do now. We do the individual love readings, the tarot readings, of course, and we do reference a little bit of the astrology for each sign on their tarot spread. They are done for Patreon first, and they're released every 20th of the month to the public. Special thank you to our patrons, of course, first, and to our subscribers here as well. Let's see what the gods advise at this time. We've got Hephaestus. I can't even pronounce it in English. Work, and it's a 22. Look at that. 22 now. Hephaestus, which is Vulcan. This is the husband of Aphrodite, and he's the son of Saturn. And because he was, when he was born, something happened, I can't remember, he came out looking weird, like tragically hurt, let's say, but he was taken in and he survived. Interesting story. I might actually on Patreon, I'll get the story for you. And we also see an eclipse here. Can you see that eclipse? And he was a master of, metalwork, and he made all the weapons, all the tools for the gods So he was a very intelligent chap. But remember, he was the husband of Venus. She was the goddess of beauty, and he was the total opposite. So it was a mismatch. And of course, as we know, as the story, the mythology goes, Venus had other lovers, and Mars was one of them, of course. So it's talking about work, and we see a lot of metal, a lot of air. Metal could be heavy. It could be heavy, and it could be... metal is all about the mind, right? Our mental situation, our perception, the way we think, the way we communicate, or the way we perceive things. Metal can be very heavy. Saturn is lead, as heavy as lead. So work is another word for Saturn, remember. Let's take number 22. So there will be dilemmas, but there will also be openings and opportunities. Let's see. The myth. Oh. Here it says he's the son of Zeus and Hera. He was born crippled. Oh, I thought he was the son of Saturn. He was born crippled, but he was the favorite of Hera. So, that's really interesting, you know, because they do say that Zeus and Hera did not have children together. So there's a little bit of a mix-up here. I could have sworn he was the son of Saturn. I will do more research on this. He was born crippled, but he was the favorite of Hera. The ultimate master craftsman, Hephaestus, is a sweet and gentle-natured god who crafted many magical things, including Pandora's box and Achilles' shield. His creations are filled with magic, life, and wonder. He is the god of the creative fire and a divine blacksmith. So the message here says, if Hephaestus has shown up in your cards today, it is a signal that something wonderful will happen when you do the work you love the most. Hephaestus is a craftsman who imbues his work with love, and this is a creative time where the focus is on crafting and creating true wonders in your life. And that would be, of course, Mars in Virgo for me. This does not necessarily relate to the work you get paid to do, but rather the work you love to do. It may be a business you are creating, a project you are working on, or an idea you are crafting into existence. Now is the time to pay special attention to the inspiration you are receiving, for crafting takes a special kind of focus that requires you to be sensitive to the needs of the creation. If you understand that the creation has its own consciousness, you must be willing to craft in service to the creation's needs rather than your own, allowing your work will be filled with magic, life, and wonder. So let's read that again. If you understand that the creation has its own consciousness, you must be willing to craft in service to the creation's needs rather than your own, allowing your work will be filled and with magic, life, and wonder. So allowing your work to have its own consciousness. There may be a lot of hard work required at this time, but love, passion, and devotion to what you do is also present. This is the magical time of crafting and building, and soon you will need to be a warrior for your work as you take it boldly into the world. So you see, it is asking that we do work, and that whatever we're working on has its own consciousness. It's interesting that we get to see the eclipse here, the eclipsed moon or sun. To me, it's like a solar eclipse. That's what it looks like. But what I like about it is that we are sort of in the in-between stage between the forthcoming eclipses and the past eclipses during the month of March. So we're at the midpoint right now. So, of course, Mars now passing through Virgo will be activating the eclipses that have taken place in Virgo and in Pisces. So the memory will be coming back of what, September last year, March this year, what was going on for you around the eclipse periods of late last year and early this year. You also need to take that into account. So number 22 is a very significant number. I feel today we've got, as I said, 11 and 22. Remember that one is the magician and 2 is the high priestess. So the next card after the high priestess, number 3, is the empress. And the empress speaks to giving birth to something. Remember that the empress is the mother herself. This new moon in Cancer is like the empress, because the empress is the mother and Cancer is the newborn that's in the embrace of the mother, and she's nursing her little baby, right, her newborn. So it's all about starting something new. In the forthcoming, as the moon is filling out, I do believe that there will be seeds that will be birthed, and Spirit is saying it will take a bit of patience, possibly also collaboration with others, because 3 is not a 2. Remember, now I mentioned the high priestess. We also have the high priest here. So trust in God, trust in Spirit, that whatever is going on now, it is leading us to more, to new and more wonderful things. What we've lived through. That's the end of that. Nothing will ever be the same again. Okay, we're going through a purging process collectively. It's not an easy time. There are sparks of inspiration and possible opportune moments here that we need to grab as well. And if we have missed these opportunities, maybe with the retrogrades, they will return. Okay, let's not make the same mistakes that we've made in the past. Let those life experiences be lessons as we grow and mature moving forward. My dear friends, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us here. Thank you for your love always, for your comments always, and we'll be back tomorrow with the Twin Flame Soulmate or Karmic Love Reading. I will be answering your yes please, your personal comments today. So if you haven't commented after the last upload, then do so after that. That's it. Okay, so love and light. Tomorrow we will not be doing the yes please because we'll be very busy. We're coming up to the end of the month, so we've got the month ahead astrology to do. We've got lots of work and the love readings for Patreon. So if you haven't commented yes please on last Wednesday's love reading, do so, and I'll be getting your love message to you today sometime. So wishing you well with this conjunction of Jupiter and the Sun, wishing you many blessings and lots of wisdom as well on your path moving forward. Love and light, everyone. I'll be back. See you tomorrow.